Yo ma brele o gede nou va vous ma brele o kwa ma brele o.
Haiti is a beautiful country. The sun shines brightly on its beautiful beaches, high mountains, and green landscape. Haitian people are passionate, proud, and strong. You can feel it in their spirit, in their art, in their celebrations, and on the streets. Behind this rich culture is a poor country with a struggling economy. Haiti is the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere and one of the poorest countries in the world. The majority of its citizens struggle to make a living every single day.
There is 60% moderate poverty, so that means that 60% or 6 million people out of 10 million in Haiti live with less than $2 a day. Of that 60%, 25% is extremely poor, so with less than $1.25 a day. So you have a notion of a population where the vast majority are actually poor.
Poverty is a matter of, a state of mind, because it's pretty much like wealth. It's also a state of mind, because what you have, beautiful cars, a whole lot of money, is just the symbol of wealth. Or the state that you are living, you don't have a place to live, all those stuff, they're a symbol of poverty as well. So if ever we want to change from poverty into riches, you need to change the mind.
Growing the economy begins with empowering the people. Through giving the people of Haiti the essential knowledge, skills, and tools, you begin sowing the seeds of change. The Haiti Entrepreneurship Camp began with a focus on change, real change. The vision of the Haiti Entrepreneurship Camp is to exchange knowledge and build relationships with entrepreneurs to turn around struggling economies and to empower them to develop prosperous, independent communities. In Port-au-Prince, Haiti's capital, the camp began by organizing a series of hands-on workshops for entrepreneurs and aspiring entrepreneurs. The workshops were taught by volunteer presenters and facilitators from around the world who shared their knowledge and experience with the workshop participants. The team also hosted a networking and finance marketplace to connect the participants to the existing business environment in the country.
My name is Jean Rigaud Antoine, but everybody calls me Pastor Rigaud. And it was a good time for me. And when I attended the camp program, and I learned a lot, because I used to do what I had to do before, but I organized much better after learning how to do that better. So I'm a pastor, but also I'm a visionary man. And I have my first responsibility to help people to get to know Christ, but also they are citizens of the country, and they need to live. They need to start living a good life before they go to the heaven. So I try my best to create job for them.
This is the name. This is the name of the orphanage. Royaume Timon, Kingdom of Kids. This is what I'm trying to build, a kingdom for the children of Haiti.
We are so glad to see you.
We are all not experts in development aid, or we're not all experts in Haiti. We are also not experts in entrepreneurship, but we had this idea, and we are just getting the people who we needed to make it a success story. This is so incredible, and also like if I don't have the feeling like that we did like a teaching program or something. It was like more we were doing, like we built up a global family, and we are all still in touch with all the participants. We had one guy, he went to another program and came to the US, and he visited our club in New York. After we started this project, there were so many connecting points connected to the project, but also in other scenarios. And this is just, I don't know, for me personally it's great.
What I'm trying to do is to get sponsors for them, like $100 per month. This $100 we take a 25 for the schooling, 25 for the medical, and 50 to feed them, because they stay here. When they get sick, I need to bring them to the hospital and see a doctor. I have some friends in the States. They sponsor a child, like they sponsor a child for $100 a month.
I think Haiti is a great country. I really love to be here. It's like everything. They're so like diverse. There are so many different aspects. And what I personally think, Haiti got so much like bad press coverage. Like if you tell somebody I'm going to Haiti, they go, oh yeah, the earthquake, or like, oh, is it even safe to go here? I'm here like multiple times now, and I never ever had the feeling that it's not safe. I never ever had the feeling that it's a country where you should not go.
We want to empower them so they can, build their own businesses, strengthen their community, to strengthen the idea of giving them education, empowering them, and giving them a vision and the tools, and to always know we are there. Even we are not there all the time. We live in different countries, but we built up this mentorship program where they can anytime call us, we can Skype, we can write emails, and yes, that's what we do for them.
My name is Nexil Joel Beckinson. I'm the owner and CEO for Nexon Group. It's a conglomerate that is being involved in construction and logistics and also in sales. We have 14 fixed employees, full-time employees, and we have about like 20 contractors, and we have an annual revenue of about $500,000. I started being involved in business at my earliest age. I'm mainly from a family-oriented business because my grandfather used to be involved in the exportation of agricultural products. But myself personally, I remember this like it was today. I started like I was about 13 years old. What I do? In Haiti, when you have children going to school, every morning you got to give him some pocket money to buy a few things if he wants to. What I do, I save that money and buy a bicycle. I had a young boy in my neighborhood. He is not going to school and not working either. So I gave him this bicycle, and I told him to give me 50 goods every day. At the end of the year, I have 12 bicycles. The next year, I buy a motorcycle, do the same thing. At 16 in Haiti, I had my own car. I believe that a businessman should continually, until death, improving themselves. With Haiti Entrepreneurship Camp, it was more than expected. because I've been able to get a hands-on, okay, on a lots of practices, on a lots of terms that I used to do on a daily basis, but didn't knew actually the technical part, the scientific, I can say, objective, and with the camp, I get all that. Maybe I will not be able to take part the next year, but I will be happy to. And Toby, we cut this, right? Yeah. We cut this part because Toby, do something for me. I want to be part the next year.
We definitely want to ask you that as a speaker.
The Haitians have a saying, beyond mountains there are mountains. This basically means that every time you overcome a challenge, a new challenge awaits you. But it has also been interpreted to mean that an individual can be strong on their own, but it's the mountains of strong people behind them that really gives them strength. The Haiti Entrepreneurship Camp wants to help Haiti overcome its current economic challenges and be prepared to overcome future challenges. The camp started with a simple idea.
I went to a conference in Washington, and then where I had the opportunity to make a speech. And then right after my speech, and Jan Holtz came to me. But what was so funny was that I spent the whole night preparing my speech. The whole night, I went to bed by like 2 o'clock in the morning, and the next day, while I was about to give my speech, when I get on the stage and I put the USB drive into the computer, and I was looking for my presentation, I couldn't find anything at all. And I was like in front of more than 250 people from 30 different countries, and I was saying to myself, what am I going to say? And I had to say something because like everybody was paying attention to what I was going to say. And I think if I had the presentation, I wouldn't have done good as I did, because I think I spoke from the heart. And after my presentation, I have like people came over, that's great, thanks, congratulations, and I really love your speech. And Jan came over, Jan Holtz from Germany. And Jan said, okay, Jude, I want to know more about what you want to do, so we need to talk.
He has this idea, but he has nothing else. So he don't have the resources, he don't have the network, he don't know how to get it started. And this was the point where I said, yeah, okay, let's do it. And so we sit together, drafted like the PowerPoint with like ideas, and then I flew back from Washington and started to share it with my network. So I have like a dual role, so I'm working for Lufthansa, but I'm also a Rotary member. So I walked up to both of them and said, hey, I have this project, I have this idea, do you want to join? And I don't know why, but there's something fascinating about the project. So if I tell people, they get, wow, that's a really good idea, so how can I help? And this is like, after like a really short period of time, we had like so many people like interested in it, and like, yeah, let's do it. And so from like, within the weeks, people were joining the team, and we said, okay, now we just do it.
I love their project. I love their project because, first of all, being an entrepreneur in Haiti is almost a must because of the unemployment rate. And this is one of the best things that somebody can do for Haiti, is to help somebody set up their own business and support their own business and know how to run their business. And it was such a delight to see all these young and older people coming at their initiative to come and just come and do that entrepreneurial camp. And very delightful, and it was successful. They loved it here.
Rotary is the world's first and largest service organization. The motto of Rotary is service above self, so the whole idea and concept is to give back, to do local projects within your community, and also to engage in international projects. To be honest, we were surprised ourselves sometimes how our own enthusiasm for the idea just skipped over to the next person and inspired a lot of others within our club, within the community, within Lufthansa, and also our Rotarian friends in Haiti.
The future of Haiti is full of opportunities with great potential.
En réalité, que j'ai toujours eu des faits business, comme si vendre un produit, vendre un service, je suis rentrer comme. Mais après quand, à travers quand, je viens apprendre que tout ça que je faire, ça me voulait faire dans la tête, une façon pour faire. Et c'est exactement façon ça, pendant 2 semaines, ça me avec nous, je apprendre mieux qui est que je faire. Et qui me faire non seulement pour me faire pour me profiter de lui, et mon m'a desservi, tout le monde m'a vendu service, que me satisfaire mon ça. Qui me mettre mon ça confiant dans ce que m'a vendre et qui me vendre service au mieux. Et me apprendre un peu de bagaille, résolution de conflits, résolution de problèmes qui me attirer plus clientèle et qui me conserver clientèle ça, qui me rendre clientèle ça toujours satisfait de service que m'a balé. Et à travers quand ça me apprendre un peu de bagaille qui de me faire ça et jodi a grand pile bagaille que me mettre application que me déjà dans quand me mettre application dans business spam qui fait que marcher plus ou moins vers l'avant. En réalité, toutes ces choses ça ont un rôle pour un monde qui fait business surtout en Haïti. C'est toutes ces choses ça ont comblé des lacunes que un peu d'entrepreneurs en business en Haïti qui gagnent. Mais partie finance partie marketing c'est plus à attirer l'attention parce que nous toujours gagné une entreprise qui a généré des profits. Bon, qui est pour gérer profit ça. Donc à travers le coût financier que nous donne aider mes clients, à gérer profit comme ça généré qui me dépenser moins tout pour que me capable produire c'est ce que me besoin de fournisseurs par bio. Et en ce cadre marketing là, nous nous rendons compte que relation avec client, qui est attiré client et qui est pour me gérer client pour tout rester avec pour le fidèle avec par rapport à l'autre concurrent que me gagne à travers partie marketing me d'apprendre plus bas qui aide me faire ça veut dire un projet multitexte un projet de l'école classique que me rentrer avec Cameroun m'apprendre GDL pour monde installer une inverter pour monde c'est tout sur les belles multitextes que me fonctionner même ils vont en tant que moi voulais faire un plus sérieux pour que moi voulais bâtir une entreprise et là ça me fait tous les processus légaux me monter multitech là j'ai environ 6 ans multitech.
The Haitian population is actually very entrepreneurial, and when you're out in the streets you can see it. There are people set up in the street selling all kinds of items, whether vegetables or fruit or even various household items. The difficulty there is that this informal sector of employment, very small micro businesses, don't make a lot of money.
How do we bring more of a market to the Haitian business environment, and how do we provide more investment for Haitian entrepreneurs, and how do we create the basic foundations for entrepreneurship that, given Haitian entrepreneurial spirit, I know will take off once it's given that platform.
I think entrepreneurship boot camps in Haiti or mentorships are good ideas. You just have to understand how to get through the business entrepreneurs, the businessmen and women. It's a new thing to have someone who doesn't have much money to create a company, and as you give them confidence, as you have them research opportunity for the product or service, it's a very uplifting thing to have people feel that they can do whatever they want.
It's true that we are the first own brand manufacturing electronic here in Haiti. We've started in 2013, incorporated, started mass production around December of the same year. And right now we are shooting for a second year of operation, and so far it's been a great experience.
Information is our biggest battle, but it's one of the easiest things to achieve. And educating the rest of the world, both the Haitian diaspora and investors who are just looking for the next place to grow and do their business, is a very easy fix, but one that is very effective. What we've seen over the past 5 years is that people who are informed and who become aware of the advantages that Haiti has to offer are usually very eager to invest, and as well, once they have done the investment, are happy with what they've done.
My point of view is that if you are not lucky enough in life to have somebody to tell you can do it, it's not going to come to you that easily. And this is what the guys from Wall Street and from Germany, that's what they did. They came and they say, you can do it. And we will tell you, and we will give you, hopefully, the self-confidence to be able, because that's what you need, really. You need the self-confidence, and you have to know that you can be on your own in life and not depend on other people to give you your daily bread. And I think those guys did that very well, because I could see the enthusiasm. Some of them had their own business, naturally, and I'm sure when they went back home that they were able to do better, because somebody had thought about them, somebody had taught them that, that they were going to be able to be successful.
When I went at the camp, you know, when the teachers, the trainers were talking and they getting us motivating. And since the camp start, and I was saying like, there is Felix who told me, why you don't just start now? I said, I have $0. He said, we have to find a way so you can start with $0. So I explained him how it is, the process of going to the beach, where the beach is and everything. He said, is there some bus station you can rent, etc.? I said, yes, so we find a way.
The project started with nothing. It has moved forward because of the incredible passion and unwavering commitment of the people behind it. With the support of the Rotary Club of Wall Street, New York, the Rotary Club of Delmas, Haiti, Lufthansa Help Alliance, as well as Cascade University's Center for Entrepreneurship and Innovation, we have already been able to offer 2 workshops in Port-au-Prince with a total of 60 participants. In order for the project to really have an impact, it needs further support.
Well, I heard about it from the Help Alliance, which is our organization from Lufthansa people to help people within the world. And they told me about it. I think we as an enterprise should really sponsor young people with brilliant ideas and combine that with global initiatives. That's what Lufthansa is standing for, and therefore this project was just a perfect fit for us as a global airline group. It is something where we can, together with the people in Haiti, build up something. So it's not just giving money, it's combining knowledge, combining initiatives, and combining motivation. And therefore, people want to add something to that. That's always a great feeling to achieve something like that.
The idea of the Haiti Entrepreneurship Camp perfectly matches with the ideas of Help Alliance, because entrepreneurship, local entrepreneurship, is exactly what is needed in countries, in developing countries. And we have the feeling, we as Help Alliance and Lufthansa, that we can make a difference by sending people abroad who really have an impact there by looking into local entrepreneur business plans and help them to start up their own organization. And this is, from our point of view, why corporate social responsibility becomes a totally, completely different sense of meaning. And for Lufthansa and Help Alliance is corporate social responsibility from within and not from top down. So that's the idea why Help Alliance and Lufthansa have made a very strong commitment to supporting the Haiti Entrepreneurship Camp in the future on the way to success.
Lufthansa is very committed to add further speakers, help, budget in the future period, and I hope that this project is carrying on for some years. I just encourage everybody to go forward and have this spirit and keep this spirit.
Yeah, guys, talk to me a little bit about what you do. What is Dos Marcos?
I'm Abner Volsen. I am the director of Confuses Sulukwas. Confuses Sulukwas is a company who promote Dos Marcos. Dos Marcos is a local product. They produce Dos Marcos especially in Petit Goâve. I born in Petit Goâve. That's the first reason I want to promote Dos Marcos. The first ingredient is milk.
Cow milk.
And the other is sugar, cinnamon, and chocolate.
Oh, chocolate.
Yeah, and chocolate.
Right,
Yeah.
cool. So this is
chocolate.
Oh, chocolate. Can I taste that?
Yeah, sure.
You can have some.
Thank you.
It's sweet. You're going to like it.
Yeah, you can taste it.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
Yeah.
So you guys, how do you market that? So when you make this macos here, and how do you get the profit out of it?
Once it's done, it's separated into slices. So we
small
distribute
slices like
it
that,
to
right?
yes, the small slices with the Dos Macos label, like this says Dos Macos Sigwab. And we distribute it to markets, like supermarkets in the capital.
Oh, cool.
Right now, we are only distributing to 3 supermarkets, right? So once we get to have a bigger capacity of production, then we can reach a bigger market. And right now, we are at the stage of working on the standardization of the product, in terms of the technique that we're using to make it. As you see, we're using wood. So because of it's a local product, and we're promoting the Haitian culture.
Okay.
So we don't want to distract the environment, right?
Okay.
That's why we're trying to get some new techniques, like to do it with gasoline, to not to encourage the cutting of roots and everything. And
so what kind of equipment that you guys need in order to produce more?
Firstly, we need boiler.
Not boiler.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We don't need to cut down the wood, and then we need mixer and other equipment, slicer. Yeah,
And-
food saver.
Right. And this was a conversation that we were having last time. It's like we need to to be able to use gasoline, but we need a great fire capacity, because when we use the wood, it's very hot.
Yeah.
Then it makes it better, right?
Better.
But if we're going to use like oven or some kind of gasoline facilities, propane, it has to be really like with high capacity to make it better. Because if it's really low, it's not gonna make it good.
Yeah.
There is an incredible opportunity here. It's an opportunity to build a strong global economy in the future by starting with one of the weakest economies right now. It's an opportunity to empower the Haitian people to build a better country for themselves and their children. It's an opportunity to change the world.
I see huge progress. I think it was the right decision to change the concept, because this time we could focus more on the individual needs of each participant, and we could challenge them to understand their long-term goals, so we could identify their personal development areas, and by doing that, we could work together with them to improve their personal development areas. We also managed to improve our selection process, so we got a better mixture of participants this year. Additionally, we involved more speakers with different backgrounds, so we had more knowledge and experience available for the participants.
My vision would be that we could not only do this in Haiti, we want to keep on doing this in Haiti, and we don't want to stop here, but the vision would be to bring it to other countries as well, because we see a great need for emerging countries to focus on economic development and to invest in that, to invest in people. And this is what we want to do. We want to invest in people and commit to that.
You have to have a vision, and you have to be passionate about what you're doing, and everybody in the team is passionate about what we're doing. And that is why we can do so much with even so little. Or like I have the feeling that something is going rolling and we cannot stop it. And we don't know where we will be in 5 years or in 10 years, because I never thought ever that we will where we are right now, like 1.5 years ago.
La croix devant,
cimetière derrière.
Dieu coupe à maman devant, cimetière derrière. Sous un même femme, si la
Forêt, cimetière, la croix.
mesdames, si nous aimons, si la femme nous aimons, cimetière.
La croix.
Messieurs, si nous aimons femme, si la femme nous aimons, cimetière.
La croix.
Bah on met Timounio, bah on la croix met Timounio, bah on samedi met Timounio dans cimetière. Plé pas, plé pas, la vie changer dans la boulaka.